Welcome back to the channel, folks. Wildlife Ranger on YouTube, where today we will be looking at the first in the series of shorts on local history and the people who made it. Today we shall be looking at the connection between the village of Shelf in Yorkshire and the Bank of Monte Carlo. Whilst en route to film the early spring botany in Shelf Park and Woods, we stopped off at the Bethel Chapel in Shelf, which is an Independent Methodist Chapel built circa 1853 and a Grade 2 listed building. Records compiled in 2007 show that more than 4,938 people have been buried in this graveyard of the former cemetery. In 1986, a resolution was made by the congregation that the original old graveyard be closed forthwith, and it was proposed to remove the curbstones and headstones with a view to landscaping the area. Some of these gravestones are laid flat, as depicted in the video. The graveyard is designated a Commonwealth Grave Site by the Commonwealth Graves Commission and contains at least 3 burials from the First World War. On our way round, we pause to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice and give their today for our freedoms of tomorrow, lest we not forget. Whilst looking at the austere architecture of the chapel, we came upon an unusual occupant in one of the graves, Joseph Hobson Jagger, who was acclaimed to be one of the men that broke the Bank of Monte Carlo circa 1881. Joseph Hobson Jagger was a textile industrialist whose business ran into difficulty and became the subject of debt to the Lancashire courts of that time. Joseph may have been graced with the knowledge and understanding of the spinning wheels of weaving machines of the day, but he also had an understanding of bias around roulette reels, where no wheel is perfectly balanced. It is against this background that Joseph Jagger set forth with his eldest son and nephew, having borrowed substantial money from his family, to change his fortune on the French Riviera and the casinos of Monte Carlo. After studying the tables at the Casino Monte Carlo for some period of time, Jagger began to place bets which yielded him a cool 2 million francs over a number of days, which is roughly equivalent to £80,000 of the time, and according to one source would be equivalent to £7.5 million in 2018. Joseph returned to Yorkshire and his wife Matilda and 4 children with his newfound fortune, where he later died in 1892 of an unrelated condition of diabetes. The grave monument of Joseph Jagger can be seen towards the centre of the graveyard, it being the only grave with railings around it. Joseph Jagger left £200 to the Bethel Chapel for the upkeep of his grave, including the painting of the Victorian railings. They have been painted twice, and both painters died shortly afterwards. Needless to say, there have been no more volunteers for the task since. Joseph, on return from his monumental exploits in Monte Carlo, spent much of his fortune latterly on property in the Little Horton area of Bradford. If you are interested in researching this short on local history further, please check out the links beneath the video in the description, where there is ample material for you to research and further your knowledge on this topic. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little short on local history, and will join us in the next in the series, where we'll be looking at Shelf and the stone chair, what it is, where to find it and what it was for.